Alright, people. We need to talk about Shawn fucking King. And to a lesser extent, we need to talk about Rachel Dolezal. Yet again. Because people like this are starting to really piss me off, right? Now, everyone knows that I am a mixed race person. I am of Indian Trinidadian descent. So, it's mainly Indian. By Indian, I mean not Native American, because those tribes have long gone from the Caribbean. Although there may be some ancestry there, who knows. I'm talking about subcontinent Indians who were transported from India to Trinidad, Jamaica, St. Lucia, I think, all over the Caribbean, the Americas, by the British, to do admin work. If you want to know a humorous tale of that, just watch Russell Peters' comedic skit on his routine about the Indians being transported by the British to places like Africa and the Caribbean. Because in my family there are African Indians. They're originally from Kenya, and my cousin is also mixed race like me, but from another continent. Isn't that good? So, although he was born in Yorkshire, he was born in Rotherham, which is the place that Sargon of Akkad talked about in regards to that paedophilia ring, but different people, nothing to do with that. Okay, so I need to talk about these people: Shawn King, and to a lesser extent, Rachel Dolezal. These people are making me look bad. These are making every mulatto look bad. Because now I know that people aren't as judging as they used to be. But now every time a mixed race person rises to a position of power in something like, I don't know, the NAACP or some kind of social justice, civil rights kind of place, the two aren't the same, but you know, these are just examples. Are people going to question their race now if they're part black? I don't know what it'd be like for me who's part Asian, but I've had my race questioned. I've been on two extremes. People think I'm white, or if you're the police, you think I'm brown, which I am brown, and you want to question me, see what I've been up to, because apparently there was a crime that had been committed. People have thought I was Turkish, people have thought I was black even, of descent obviously, when I'm just mixed race, you know, everyone knows that. And yeah, I've been having all these questions, yet these people, no one would dare question them, no one would. Like when we criticise these people for lying about their race, we just say, oh no, they were just transracial, you know, they were black inside, you know, that should be okay. They're not transgender, which is an actual, you know, form of dysphoria. Is it dysphoria? Gender dysphoria? Something like that. I need to ask my mates about that. I have trans mates, they can explain it better to me. But, you know, it is an actual, you know, condition that the only way we know how to treat it is to basically change someone's gender, because, you know, they think they're men in women's bodies or women's in men's bodies, and there's an actual genetic cause for this, I think. And basically, you know, that is an actual condition. Fine. That's okay with me. Transracial doesn't exist. These people are not transracial. Race isn't even scientifically proven. It was one of the worst concepts to come out of the Enlightenment era. You know, the era that we like did have some bad things. Race was one of them, which was to try and separate the slave classes from, you know, the white Europeans, even though they were indentured servants. But, you know, it was a way to make the colonizers seem superior than the people who they were subjugating. That's what it was. It wasn't necessarily a scientific thing, although at the time they thought it was. That's what eugenics actually came out from, not evolution. See, it has its roots even further back than that, but that's besides the point. So it doesn't exist. Culture is not homogeneous, nor is it necessarily heterogeneous. It's a constantly evolving thing. I may be of Indian Trinidadian descent, but I know very little about the culture. My family, we were not exposed to it, because the person who is my paternal grandfather, I don't know who he is. Neither does my dad. We don't know who he is. We didn't really know he existed until very recently. We assumed this other person in our family was his dad, because he was also mixed race, but that turns out not to be the case. There you go, a little bit of family history about me. So as you can see, culture is not ingrained inside of you at birth. or I'm not gonna say it's assigned, but I guess it's learned, or you're exposed to it and you just become that culture. But then again, if a black person, he's not mixed race, he's a black person, he's adopted by a white family, he's going to be, I hate using the term, but culturally white. A white American family or a white British family, that will be his culture. He won't know anything about black culture. He'll know about it, but he won't be exposed to it, so he won't know the ins and outs of it. That, say, somebody who grew up in those communities would. You see what I mean? These people are white people pretending to be black. I don't know why they're pretending to be black. I don't know if it's... I've heard a lot of theories. I don't know if it's to gain more acceptance. So, because, despite the fact that the NAACP was founded by two other white people and a black person, apparently Rachel Dolezal had to pretend to be black because she wanted maybe acceptance. People wouldn't take her seriously as a white activist. Or maybe it's attention. Maybe these two just wanted the attention. They wanted the social justice warriors to move them up the pecking order of the progressive stack. Is it? In the privilege pyramid, they wanted to be up there. They wanted to have all the attention, all the people who are blindly following them. Look, I don't know if anyone has known that I've talked about this, but I have quite a radar when it comes to mixed race people. I can spot us all from a mile away. And those people didn't look mixed race to me. Not at all. The first time I saw them, I thought, how did you get duped by that? How can you possibly be blind to notice that someone who's basically just tanned their skin or shaved their head is mixed race? I mean, they're clearly not. I would have sussed them out immediately. Because, I do know an awful lot of mixed race people. I am from a mixed race family. I know my shit. How did they even do that? But anyway, let's get back to other reasons. Another reason would be they're con artists. They're doing it for the money. They know that people are gullible. They know that people are easily fooled. So they infiltrate these places to earn a lot of money. Because activism is an industry. It is a business. There's a lot of money to be made. This is why these social justice warriors have Patreons. This is why these people e-beg. This is why these people have hashtag give your money to women. It's a lucrative business nowadays. It's not as selfless as it once was. And these people make me look bad. They make my family look bad. They make my friends look bad. The people I don't know look bad. Imagine it. I don't think it will happen, but imagine if it did happen. People, questioning a mixed race person's ethnicity. They've already been questioned their entire life. Because when I see, transgender people complain about people using the wrong pronouns, I understand that from a racial point of view, but what can you do? People are curious. Some people don't know. Most of it's nothing to do with any malice. It's just curiosity. But there are some people who genuinely want to know because they're racist. But never mind that. I genuinely just can't get into my head how these people have fooled an entire community. They're clear con men to me. I think they're con artists, and they're doing it for the attention. The truth always lies somewhere in between. There's definitely some attention seeking on their part. There is some con artistry involved, some money making, and it's making us all look bad. People probably won't trust mixed race people in those positions ever again, and it's a shame. But why is this happening? This doesn't make sense. Does anyone not think this doesn't make any sense whatsoever? I don't like questioning people and judging people over their race. It's horrible. I know what it's like, but fucking hell, these people are making everything look bad. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. And I believe it's cognitive dissonance, and I think people are trying to rationalise their irrationality and the lies that have happened. They're trying to say, oh, they're just transracial. They're black to me. They're not black. Okay, you cannot be transracial because race doesn't exist. There's one race, the human race. And yes, I know there's like a 0.001% difference between the races, but that's like more to do with evolving to suit your environment than different races of people. If we're talking about different races of people, surely you mean species, because otherwise I wouldn't be alive. I won't be able to have kids. So, there we have it. I'm clueless. I wish I could talk more about this. I wish I could give you a more enlightened and deeper meaning behind all this, but I can't. I can't fathom why you would lie about something like that. I just can't. I don't know. I've tried to think about it. I've tried to think about why people rationalise it and say that they're transracial when it doesn't exist. I don't know. There's no need for that. You can help people no matter what race you are. You can be a civil rights activist. Bernie Sanders didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. But these people have, and I give up trying to think about it. I give up trying to think of logical reasons why they would do it. They just did it. And for whatever reason, what's done is done. And these people will no longer be in these positions. And the NAACP and Black Lives Matter can now rebuild and hopefully regain the trust of some people who now no longer trust them. So this has been Chowman93, trying desperately to fathom what the fuck is going on with these people, to try and give you some insight from an actual mixed race person, but actually realising that no matter what I can bring to the table, it doesn't explain anything any easier to people who are not. So, until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, drop a comment, and I'll see you later.